Welcome to CTV Sports and the sixth game of the World Pole League 2024 Founders Cup, where we have Casablanca going up against Kaia Polo.
Conditions today slightly overcast, as you can see, but a great shot there of field number 3, Grand Champions Polo Club. Partly cloudy with the sunshine coming through every now and then, 78 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, and we have some amazing players ready to take the field. Let's take a look. All right, so welcome everybody as we're live from the Grand Champions Polo Club, field number 3 for our 2024 World Pole League Founders Cup. Kaia Polo, their first game here in the Founders Cup, Casablanca Their second game, they are 1-0, Yan, and what a game they had. 17 goals they scored. So very, very strong Casablanca team. But remember, Kaia Polo coming off their final in the All-Star Challenge.
Indeed, and I'm sure that they, after that final that they played against Audi, of course, Audi at the moment, the way they've been playing are the force that to be reckoned with. But Kaia Polo, I'm sure, will have had plenty to talk about after that final. And I'm sure will do everything they can to once again make it through to the latter stages. Remember, Casablanca coming in off 26 goals and Kaia Polo coming in off 22 goals. So, all to play for. Balls in play. Straight away picked up here by by Casablanca. Rufino. Benzadon just trying to find a little gap there, and of course both of these teams will want to get on the score sheet very, very early. Cheeky little number, but an effective goal by Rufino Benzadon.
Yeah, perfect situation here for the Casablanca team as they're giving up 4 goals. And remember, this Kaia Polo team, they've done a fabulous job, connecting on and using their handicap. But right here, Rufino, he gets control after winning the bowl-in, then takes his time. Been playing very strong at the number 2 position here for Casablanca and picking up the first goal there. And now we'll get them within 3 as we come back to the center. For any of you new viewers to the game of polo, we do switch directions after every goal is scored. And look at this, 2 for 2 on the bowl ends. It's going to be Sapo.
Cassette on the move here, as you can see. But this young man, Rufino Benzadon, very, very keen and again in the right place at the right time. Welcome to the World Polo League.
Yeah, well said, Jan. And here we go, Power Polo at its finest. Win the bowling, get the offensive attack as Sapo. He has Grant and Rufino from the outside. And I think right there, Mariano kind of had it over the corner of his eye, keeping an eye on Grant. Rufino runs around the outside, and Sapo lays that ball in a perfect spot for Rufino to run onto to pick up his second goal of the day, making it 4-2.
Yeah, this is what you can expect to see a lot of here, of course, in the World Polo League. If you haven't tuned in so far, well, let me tell you, you are missing some of the best polo played in the world and surrounding planets outside of Argentina. Of course, the highest level of polo played anywhere in the world here at Grand Champions Polo Club. This the 6th edition of the World Polo League. And in this particular tournament, 9 teams are competing. And now the first breakaway here in front of goal. I told you, if you snooze, you lose. And there is a goal, number 1 from, guess who, Dale?
Yeah, Santi Togolino, the shot heard around the world, my man, making the first 2-point conversion. Remember the World Polo League, here's a good shot. Well done, nice feed, Santi wearing the 4, and he will run through. You'll get the full rotation here as Larry will fall into the number 4 position when Santi runs through. And remember, anything scored, hit from beyond the center line there, either on a penalty 5B or during a 5A or any during the play, will be worth 2 points. On the move, they're going to go 2 for 2 now, back and forth there on the bowling, Santi.
And Santi didn't quite get that ball to Larin Zubiari. That was the intention there. You could see that very clearly. So back to, guess who? He's already scored twice. Rufino Benzadon will leave this one for Cassette. Sapo will have to try and shake off Mariano Aguirre, and he's come out victorious. There he is with the number 3 on your screens. And we will get a late whistle as he jumped on that line.
Wow, great steal here by Mariano Aguirre. Watch this. He stays composed here. He pushes, and then he comes back. Good read there by Mariano. He read the drop pass, and then you can see how he gets back from right to left there, jumps on the right of way, catching Cassette coming from left to right. Player following the ball has the right of way over a player coming in from the side, and one man stand there by Mariano Aguirre. And Mariano, the true captain, he done an amazing job. We talked a lot about it. He's his challenge have been very strong, and let's get into it a little bit. We are using the challenge system here in the 2024 World Polo League Founders Cup. Each team will receive 1 challenge per half. You need to use it or lose it. That's 2 per game. Good shot here of Captain Grant Gansey, the ambassador of Casablanca. And they can challenge any call made by the officials, and they may challenge ball placement. If you win your challenge, you will receive another. If you lose your challenge, you lose your challenge for the remainder of that half. And then if we do go into overtime, each team will receive a new challenge. The triggers are all in place also, and we'll go through the triggers as we always do for our fans. They can check to see if a goal is in or out, and that's the main trigger you see a lot. And also the ball going out of bounds over the end line to check and see whether it's a safety. And on the sidelines with the change of possession, a cop on the pitch, that has been a huge opportunity for the umpires sometimes to use a trigger to see, because remember, if a player hits it off another horse and it goes out of bounds, then the opponent's horse, and they'll receive the change of possession. They get possession, and that's a huge play in the game of polo now. As remember, back in the day, it used to be a bowling. Now, also they'll use the triggers to check to see anytime you have the 2 four-legged athletes come together on a very hard ride-off or play. If they're not sure, they can check. And also two-legged umpire players, if they come together on a hard hook, and the umpires think they need to use a trigger, they can use the trigger for that. Also, for any unsportsmanlike conduct, and then we have in place the umpire trigger, where if the umpires do disagree on a call, then they can send that in to our third man/IRO in the CTV studios, where he'll review all the different angles to make more precise call. And we haven't had many of those this year. I think maybe one, but otherwise, we get an open goal penalty 2 here on the right-of-way violation. Tocolino.
Easy pickings there for the 8-goaler, picking up his second goal of the match. So 2 for 2 as far as scores or scoring is concerned. But as Dale mentioned, do not forget that 4-goal on handicap given to Kaia Polo. But they are, well, I don't want to say a sleeping giant. They are a giant, despite the fact that they're only on 22 goals. And that was proven very much when they made it through to the final. Remember, the All-Star Challenge was by elimination only, and they just marched through to the final. And on the day, last Sunday wasn't quite the Sunday that, or the final that they'd wanted to, but I think they are a contender for any World Polo League tournament coming up, of course, between now and the middle of April. Back to the action we go then, and on the move, the man with the number 2 in his shirt, in white, Lerine Zubiari, trying to coax that ball a little bit further up to the halfway line. Mariano Aguirre comes and takes out Sapo Cassette to allow Lerine the space that he needs to make his play. Well, he's left 2 Casablanca defenders behind, slightly cut that one over to the right, able to correct himself. Still Lerine Zubiari, wait for it, here it comes. And as you would say, Dale, that ball has got eyes. And literally, I mean, a whisker of a distance there onto the near post. How unlucky, but what a great play by the 7-goaler, Lerine Zubiari.
Yeah, one of the 9 7-goalers, and we talk about these 7-goalers in the World Polo League. Keep an eye on them because they are forced to be reckoned with. And we have Mariano, former Tango player, and Lerine on the Kaia Polo team. And on the other side, with Ilario Figueres on 6 goals and Rufino on 8. Sapo, former Tango player, also on 9. So a lot of handicaps here that can raise their team up. On the knock-in, come back on the defense here, and a good stand by the Kaia Polo team as we'll check the replay as it comes off the ground. Well done, Larry. Puts it across the center here, and that gives Santi time to change the line there on the quick line change. So you'll see a lot of this. Kaia uses the angles very well as they pass the ball, short passes with great angle. Larry brings it across on angle. Santi changes the angle, catches one of the Casablanca players coming across the right-of-way. And, just outside the 60 there, about at the 80-yard line. So they'll bring this one in for the open goal. Penalty 2, 30-yard shot. Second opportunity of the day for Santi Tocolino, the 8-goaler. And as I said, he has been very strong from the penalty line. They need to be careful. Both teams are strong from the penalty line today, so they got to watch out.
Goal number 3 and his second open goal from the penalty 2 spot there. So a hat-trick for Santi Tocolino. And I'm sure that'll be very much in line with what their coach and the captain would want, which is to try and hold on to that 4-goal advantage for as long as possible. They now have a 5-goal advantage, 7 goals to 2. Now, if they keep that pace up, it's going to be a hard bit of work here for Casablanca, Dale.
Yeah, I know you got it. Kaia Polo, they keep the pressure on you, and that's what they want to do. And doing a good job here because they started out all Casablanca. Like Kaia Polo, they picked up the speed quickly here, and here we go, Santi.
On the move with hot pursuit from Grant Ganzi, but he hammers another deep ball down into the territory of Casablanca, and you can see great positioning there. Larry Austin trying to force a broken play. Sapo Cassette will clear with a nice backhand, but open shot on goal there from Mariano Aguirre. And on any given Sunday, he'd put that one away without even thinking about it.
Yeah, they turned the corner and get the offensive tack going just off to the side. And now they got Casablanca back because remember, Casablanca 17 goals in their last game, offensive-minded team. And now they have to go back on the defense. So it'll go back and forth today. This is going to be a good one.
Hilario Figueres, who has been also playing an absolutely amazing season so far. Got a chance to catch up with his dad yesterday, who was telling me how proud he is of both of his boys, playing, of course, also at Grand Champions this season. Artemio Figueres doing a great job in the lower league polo, and, of course, very proud of his son, Hilario, here on the ball. There's the backhand. Nicely done. He read it well. Cassette. And Cassette will extend that ball now then. Where is Rufino? There he was, but only briefly. Once again, Zubiari. And that will bring us to the end of Chukker number 1. So 2 goals on the account for Casablanca, 3 goals. A hat-trick from Santi Tocolino plus the 4 makes it 7 goals to 2. Join us. The action continues right here, CTV Sports on the Founders Cup, when we return.
Welcome back to CTV Sports. I'm Dale Schwitz.
And I'm Jan-Erik Frank. A warm welcome to the show.
And we are live for the Grand Champions Polo Club, field number 3-4, continuing action here in the 2024 World Polo League Founders Cup. Kaia Polo against Casablanca. And 26 goals against 22, 4 goals on handicap, 3 goals scored by Santi Tocolino in the first Chukker, 2 from the penalty line, 1 from the field, making it 7. 2 by Rufino Benzadone, giving them 2, 7-2. Larry Austin, Lorene Zubieri, Mariano Aguirre, and Santi Tocolino in the white jerseys. Casablanca in the dark jerseys with Grant Ganzi, Rufino Benzadone, Sapo Cassette, Hilario Figueres. We're back to the action.
And a little bit of a traffic jam taking place there, which is unusual. because that first chukker was very, very open and very, very fast-paced polo, and I'm sure after this whistle from our mounted officials is taken care of, we will continue exactly with that. So yeah, a lot of players converging on that play, and umpire eventually then resorting to blowing the whistle with an outcome, a result being a penalty to an open goal penalty for Casablanca. Looked to me like a Kaia Polo play, just found himself in the wrong place at the wrong time. Sapo Cassette will do the honours and take the first open goal penalty here for Casablanca. That is how you do it. When
right away violation there, Jens. It's got to come across from right to left. Look like two players coming down the right of way. And once again, both teams 100% from the penalty line. So this, like you said, you have to be careful. Both of these teams are so strong from the penalty line. I said in our last game, Sapo Cassette, 9 penalties he made. And like you said, Tocolino has been awesome also. And they'll switch up too. They all hit very well. They have 2 or 3 hitters on each team that shoot the penalties. On the back shot, backed up here by Figueres. It's nice pick up by Larry, and he'll leave it for Mariano.
And that, of course, a man, as you said, Dale, a former 10-goal player, always a joy to watch him play. A real maestro, not only technically but also the mindset. Sapo Cassette will pick this one up for Casablanca. Now he's eyeing up that goal mouth and just scraped that one. But as you can see, Santi Tocolino also very, very strong in defense. And as we say, when 2 are in dispute, there's always a third who will benefit from that. And that's a perfect pass. Larry Alston up at the front there, but Tocolino also coming back. That rotation working non-stop here with Kaia Polo. But now, Hilario Figueres, incredibly talented young player of 6 goals. He's another one of those guys who I think has a huge future. Could see him going up to 8-9 goals without any problem. Cassette gets pushed out of the equation there by Larry Austin. Well played, Larry. Great bit of defense there. Securing the ball for Tocolino on the board. Still Santi Tocolino. Tocolino beating the number 4 Hilario Figueres, but only briefly. Casablanca have it back. That ball, I was going to say, oh, it stayed in play. I thought that might have just gone out of bounds. As Ben Sadon just smacks that one across into midfield. Looking for, well, he was looking for Sapo Cassette, and he will try and do the best that he can to pick up that ball. But the way they are positioning again here now, Rafina coming back to lend a helping hand. He gets pushed into the corner, but he is a clever player, as I say. He saw that coming. Cheeky, but effective. Once again, Cassette to Ben Sadon. Ben Sadon to Cassette. Cassette looking for a little gap in that 3-line of defensive chain. But, well, here you go. No mistake there. He found the gap. Hilario Figueres picking up his first goal here for Casablanca.
Yeah, quick play here by Hilario. They were going round and round like a ballet, as you said. Sapo takes it in here, leaves it, and kind of drags it forward there a little bit, Mariano. But was it still coming around the corner? So Hilario jumps on it quickly, opens the window. So great non-call, picks up his first goal today.
No, superb polo here from all 8 athletes out there. And this again, this is an intelligent play here. Ben Sadon and Cassette working together, and Hilario just biding his time. And then when he saw the opportunity, he seized it, and cold as ice.
Yeah, Larian was coming around. He almost jumped on that right away. He was right there very quick. Mariano was looking back over his shoulder, see if he could get there. But like I said, in this league, if there's no danger, let him roll. This 26th goal. Remember the 9 teams compete in a double elimination tournament. Everyone plays each other, 2 teams in their brackets. 3 brackets, good shot of Mariano. And the teams will be ranked 1 through 9 after, based on their win-loss first. And then they'll go net goals or gross goals. That's what we're talking about. So each team, the teams want to make sure that even if you're losing a game, you You keep firing, try to get as many goals as possible, as the first team will determine those first 3 spots, but then that 4th place team and the top 4 teams will advance to the semifinals. First will play 4th, and second will play 3rd. All right, and we are going to have after the courtesy change here, we're going to start with a 5B based on a technical foul on number 3 in the white.
Okay, and it looks like Hilario, and he's another one of those big hitters, Dale. Is he going to? Do you think he's going to attempt to take this 2-point conversion? Ball's just behind the line.
He's got the distance. He's going to go for it.
Has he ever? Has he ever? Look at that. Within the penalty 3 line, picked up very nicely here by Ganzi. Now Ganzi runs into a little bit of traffic still, Grant, but he's got to be careful as Lorenzo Biari came in there to challenge him.
And Sapo gets the finish, so good rotation once again by the Casablanca team, mixing it up well. Rufino started it off with 2 in the first chukker, but now getting Hilario and Sapo. It starts with Grant Ganzi working it down. Power polo play, positive possession here on the 5B. Hilario shoots it down the left side. Keep an eye on the number 1. Grant, Rufino gets a piece of it. Grant's going to get himself right in perfect spot. Drags it to the inside. Knows that he has Sapo in the rumble seat. Santi's got to give one play there, so Loren's going to come beside, and he gets on the wrong side there. Actually, he gets caught on the wrong side. That puts Sapo in a perfect spot for the next shot finish.
So, Casablanca chipping away at that number 7. Remember, 4 goals on handicap, a hat-trick by Santi Toccolino. And even though they might have scored 1 more goal, and it would appear that they had a little bit more control in that first chukker, Casablanca now very much alive and kicking here in chukker number 2. And again, the 9-goaler Sapo Cassette trying to find a little passageway through to goal, but another whistle will stop the action with a little under 2.5 minutes left to play here in chukker number 2.
Sapo tries to ring ball downfield, kind of pops up over his mouth there, but fed back to him by Grant. And then Sapo works for Hilario, and this is where the rotation has been working well now for Casablanca, back to Sapo. And then once you get a right-of-way violation, and they're going to drop the ball from the spot. So penalty 5A, Toccolino.
Now then, Toccolino, and as you said, Dale, they could score that 2-pointer from anywhere. Again, that probably might be a bit of too much of a tall order. He was still very much deep in his own half, but the pass, look at this pass coming up to the front door. Little cheeky look over shoulder, checks up, head down, 2 shots. Mariano Aguirre picking up his first.
And another positive possession. So both teams showing, we talked about this, the penalty 5As, Bs. You're going to have a lot more of those in every game, so you got to have positive possessions. This is as positive as it gets. Toccolino taps it 1 time. Mariano on the move. Larry falls it behind. Loren gets in the number 3 position, and Grant's going to push him here, but a good jump there by number 3 in white, Aguirre, to get his first goal today.
So, Kaia is not at all phased by the power and the force of Casablanca. Restoring a little bit of a gap. Remember, it was 5 goals an advantage as they changed at the end of the first chukker, and it was momentarily down to 2. Now that gap back to 3 goals, and an incredible pace being displayed here by all 8 players, i.e. by both teams. And this will just be the clever play to stop and turn. Let everybody run past him. Rufino Bensadon, again, intelligent polo being played here by the 8-goaler. Aguirre. Oh, cheeky. Cheeky, did you see that, Dale? Under the neck, just when nobody was, the kind of when nobody was looking, and just snaps one up. And here, watch this. He just has a look.
Yeah, smart player by Mariano. Like I said, Grant clears out, but even smarter, Mariano allows him, because he was coming from the other side, allows him, takes his time to let him clear out there. And so good sportsmanship by both players there. And then fires to that post right on the left, just off the post, but gets a second goal.
And that restores that 4-goal advantage. Just wondering on whether or not another player got a piece of it. Tocolino, I don't think he did, so that goal very much on the account of Mariano Aguirre as we go into a courtesy break.
Did Santi get a piece of that one as one in?
I don't think he did.
Okay, so it's going to end our second Chukker play, so we'll get everybody on some fresh ponies, and we'll be right back for our third Chukker 2024 World Polo League Founders Cup.
Playing in a dedicated women's polo league is great for progressing your polo. It's great for us to play together as women, to have a chance to take to the field with some of the best polo players in the world. It's helping us come together, improve our polo and keep up playing a regular high level of polo.
Like, I'm learning so much. I am shadowing some of the best women players in the sport, and it's just been an incredible journey, really.
I have played at Santa Rita before and I love it here. It's a fantastic club. They do so much for not only just polo but women's polo, so we're very excited to be here, and huge thanks to Melissa and Mark for having us.
Okay, third Chukker action here. Grand Champions Polo Club, field number 3, and 9-5. So holding on to that 4-goal handicap as Kaia Polo doing a good job here. They started out with Tocolino, 2 penalty 2s and 1 from the field. Then Mariano got into the action in the second Chukker. Casablanca started out with Rufino Benzadone, and then Sapo and Ilario. And here we go, 9-5.
On the move again with the number 2 in white, Lorene Zubiari. Trying to just weave his way through those Casablanca defenders. The reflection coming off the back of that pony of Sapo Cassette. Now he will just take a moment to allow his attackers to spread out and get in situ before he takes a shot. Who's he going to feed it to? You can see he's just looking out to the left-hand side. Yeah, he was left unmarked. That man, Hilario Figueras, very quick also. And he's done well to take on 2 defending players here from Kaia Polo. One was maybe just one too many, as Mariano Aguirre will steal the ball back. Again, clever. You see a little bit of a spin on that, a bend it like Beckham shot here. And what a perfect layup pass for Santi Tocolino. Surely that must have gone through.
Ooh, look right at the end there, and they're trying to say that maybe the ball was buried, and we'll see what they decide on the field here. Keep an eye on this ball. Santi gets a pass on the give and go, and a good job by Zubiari out in front on Sapo. And then Santi goes to run by Sapo here. Keep an eye on that ball right in between them. Sapo's going to go for it, and he goes for the hook. And when he went for the hook, his horse stepped on it. And now they'll have to review that just to make sure to see if that ball then rolls in after they had a shot after. So we'll see what they decide on the field. Or they might go take a look at it as kind of an interesting play because Santi he went for the hook on Sapo, and in the process of going for the hook, his horse stepped on the ball. So yeah, you are going to get a buried ball. And now you get a bowl in from the center to the boards.
Yeah.
Advantage for Kaia Polo here, right down in front, about 5 yards in front, but it's going to be won by Sapo. And here comes Casablanca.
So, very unfortunate there for Santi Tocolino. Casablanca very quickly, of course, out of the starting blocks to try and take that ball upfield. And barely had they started, we have another whistle.
Sapo wins the bowl in, gets everybody running forward. And that ball going up and down the field a little bit. And one of the Casablanca players coming from left to right there. Ball inside the 60. So we'll see where they decide to place this ball. And, but you notice there when Casablanca, when they do win a ball, be it whoever, Grant, Rufino, Sapo, or Lario, everybody's dropping their head and going forward. So that's what you're going to see Kaia Polo with that rotation. That's where they're, I think at first they were a little bit, whoa, what's going on, at first because they were so strong early. They kind of adjusted very well here. And that's what they do well. But all these teams in the World Polo, they adjust so quickly. Open goal penalty, 3. 40-yard shot. Santi will stay 100%.
No mistake, his 4th of the afternoon. And that puts them into double figures. And Dale restores that 5-goal advantage which they had at the end of the first Chukker. Remember, it was 7 goals to 2. Casablanca came up within 2 goals. And now here, Chukker number 3 with still plenty of time to play. Kaia Polo very much in command in the driving seat here. They've won the next throw-in. And this could be a run for Larry Austin. Tried to pick that one up on the near side. In came the number 2, Lerine Zubiari, but he's going to be met by Rufin Ben-Sadon. Will try and push him out of the way. Cassette is there, wants a piece of the action, gets a piece of the action, but as you can see, Zubiari, Lerine, sticking with his man. Now then, Aguirre stops, turns, and you just never know what he's going to do. Again, look at that. What a perfect pass. The backhander, if he can get a piece of it, well, he did. Very, very tight angle there. Not much goal to shoot at, but definitely an A for effort there from Kaia Polo.
Yeah, he didn't have a lot of goal. He said the angle. Very steep angle there, Jan. So he went for it, though. Going to finish the play. 5-goal difference. And not a lot of knock-ins here. Good shooting by the Kaia Polo team early. Percentages, remember, we'll have our halftime stats for you. A little short hit here, but I think Galario's going to be able to recover. Gets by 1 player, gets by 2. Here comes Casablanca.
On the move with the man in the blue helmet. Well, there's actually 2 blue helmets. 1 light blue, 1 dark blue. The light blue, of course, Sapo Cassette. The dark blue, that is Hilario Figueres. And the man now to take the ball with a long, long ball. Now watch this ball. That ball definitely has eyes, and Grant tried to get a piece of it, but I don't know how you saw it, Del. To me, that looked like it just popped over the back line.
Yeah, you can see the sportsmanship, great sportsmanship there. Grant Ganzi trying to hit the open back shot. He actually made one like that in his last game where he spun that ball back, used a little English, and but this one's going to go off the field as Grant tries to get there. And I thought he got there in time, yeah, but just a little bit off. That's why Grant was appealing, just to let the umpires know. So that ball goes off the field. We're going to get to our courtesy change here. Both teams still have challenges here again.
Yeah, but you know,
really no need.
I was going to say there's not really been any need for any challenge. Even that buried ball. I mean, that's there's a rule that says exactly what happens. 3/4 of the ball must be buried. The ball was completely buried.
Yeah, and then the one player came in and made the goal, but the ball was already buried. Alario was actually the next man. And sometimes if it's buried like that or part way, they'll let that first player try to make a play. I know they used to say the first guy that hits it never gets it. It was always the rule because the first player that usually hits it out of the hole. Yeah. So, but in this case, he actually did get it. But Alario was the first player, so good call there on the bowl-in play. Not to take anything away, just a very clean start here. But the Kaia Polo team is not giving Casablanca, and I'm sure after the stellar performance by Sapo Cassette in his last game, definitely in their team meeting, they were talking about, let's make sure we don't put Sapo on the line for the 2, 3s, or 4s. And like you said, he was just on fire the other day. Now, in their last game with Kaia Polo, when they went up against Audi in the final, Yan, they didn't start out as strong as they're doing today. That's another thing. I think that's what they were a little focused. I think in their final game, they got 4 on handicap, but they only scored 2 goals. They went into halftime 8-6, and Audi did a great job scoring. You know, they scored 8 goals from the field, giving up the 4. Had a 2-goal lead going in, so that was something I think that they definitely jumped on. You can see a big difference here now with 5 goals being scored, giving them 9 goals with their 4 goals on handicap.
Without a doubt, and if this 22-goal team continues to play the way that they are, well, I would not be surprised, Dale, to see them in the final. That's a nice long ball. Ganzi will wait for the drop, so will Hilario, and he picks it up now on the near side. No traffic and no problem for Hilario, and a save on the line. And a whistle, despite the fact that Sappo just pushes it in, but the whistle came before. But watch this again.
Yeah, but this ball's going to go right down inside. This is an amazing save here. Watch number 2, Zubieri. He just works it all the way to the end, saves it. That ball's going up and down the field. And Grant's going to follow the right-of-way there. And they're going to talk about this one as you're right in front of goal. And so they'll take a chat. Now, remember, you do have challenges here, and we are in the third period with 3 minutes left. But I think you're going to get a penalty 1, yeah. So definitely going to check on it. And I don't believe they won't use their challenge here. Looked like Santi was trying to get out of the way, but great job by Grant Ganzi. Jump on the right of way. Terrific save by Larry Zubieri.
Well, have you noticed, Dale?
Yeah, and they went for a trigger here, just
Right.
to determine, to make sure on the 1. And because there was no play made on the ball, they did, let's trigger. They put on a good trigger because decided to get out of the way in time. And but good call. So penalty 1, automatic goal, goes to center, and then we have this ball being moved up. So check with our field side correspondent on this one. You probably have another technical foul or verbal appeal. We'll see what they decide as they're moving this one from center. 5B to a penalty 4, 60-yard shot.
But interestingly is that all the sort of controversial things that have happened in this game have been at the north end in that one particular goal mouth. The buried ball, now this.
Well, remember, we got the wind coming from the southeast, so we're definitely going to have easier running towards the north. Going to be a little difficult running, but you are going to get a verbal appeal, so you're going to put Sappo on the line here. And this could be a great opportunity for 2 goals for Casablanca. Yeah, they get the penalty 1, and then they go to center. They get a verbal appeal, goes to the 4. They pick up their second goal. And so that's how quick it can change. Very, very good shooting again. Once again, Sappo dialed in early. First opportunity from the penalty line, no problem.
Absolutely. So let's have a look at the scoreline. As you can see, 2 back-to-back goals there from, we're going to give it to Sappo Cassette. He did push that one through before they moved it to they awarded a penalty 1. Then no mistake from the line on the penalty 4. That makes it 7-10. Still Kaia Polo. Making the most of that 4-goal advantage. Ganzi takes that ball all the way upfield. But Kaia with Mariano Aguirre just coming back in time. Fakes the big shot. Still has possession. Ganzi must allow him a play. Now then, the switcheroo over to Santi. Toccolino, lot of space over on the left-hand side. This is all now down to horsepower. And you can see he is on a flyer. Toccolino over up onto the boards. Checks. Yeah, a little visit there from Rufino Bensadon. Did enough to set up Mr. Cassette. Sappo Cassette, 2-on-1 now. Ganzi at the front door. Still waiting. Would he go for the pass or would he go for the shot? Well, I think he's going to go and play it himself. Cassette, absolutely incredible. And as the Argentines, I'm sure, will agree with me, impressionante.
Oh, man. What a goal here. Just great horsepower by both teams. Santi Tocolino, as you said, Yan on a flyer going the other direction. But then right here, Sapo just going to scoot around Mariano on amazing. Another Bay pony, and he gets the finish. And look at this, Sapo is set, picking up goal number 4. 2 goals within a minute on the bowl-in. And now we get a whistle here right before, but just inside a minute. I think that ball might have bounced off Rufino here. Make sure he's okay. And watch the bowl-in, it comes out. And then here's going to get backed right there. Whoa. Now Santi on a near side back shot. It looked like Rufino's holding his shoulder, number 2. So they'll go ahead and now remember, both teams again still have challenges here with 52 seconds left for this third chukker if needed. 10-8. Great start by both teams. And here we watched Casablanca. They were firing the 4th chukker in their last game. That's where they really turned up the heat. So we'll see that what happens here with.
I was going to say, Dale, sorry to interrupt you, but it is that time of day. More or less a very similar spot. He was a little bit further back, teeing up that ball.
Oh yeah, here goes Santi again. I apologize, Jan. It's actually in the 3rd chukker.
Yeah.
Yesterday in Alegria where they really turned up with 5 goals, 3 from Sapo. He had 2 penalty 4s and a 2 and 1 from the field. 4 goals in the 3rd chukker, and I wouldn't be surprised if it wasn't the same setup here, horse-wise, and because Sapo's got a lot done here in this 3rd chukker. Here comes Santi Tocolino, 5B, or 5A actually.
Watch it, watch it, watch it. Going over all the heads, out a little bit short, but it's in that danger zone, and a quick cheeky pick up there. He tried to put it through.
And they're going to put this one down the side. Santi again, he drives the ball so hard, and he keeps it a little bit lower, as you can see. And Lorene's going to get out in front here, and you see how you have 2 players going towards that ball. And so a little miscommunication here by Casablanca, and I think you're going to get the penalty 1, looks like. As, remember, 2 players don't need to be riding each other off as long as they have a focus on each other. Engage. Right there, Ganzi was running with Lorenzo Berry when Lario turned around to try to take that ball, trying to meet that ball. He was actually facing the opposite direction, but he reached back on it. So, automatic goal. Now back to the center, and Tocolino's going to get an opportunity. Now, the last one, he had a little bit of the wind behind him. Remember, hitting towards that north goal, you're going to have a little bit of that southeast wind coming. Now he's going to have to hit into it, see if he takes it with him or he hits.
Well, I'm just trying to think, Dale, when was the last time we ever saw 2 penalty 1s in one chukker? I mean, they are relatively rare, but to see 2 in one chukker, that's definitely not something that you see very often. Now then, on the move once again, already with 5 goals to his under his belt in this game so far. Sapo set for goal number 6. There it is, and that's 4 goals scored alone in this chukker. The penalty 4, the penalty 1, and now 2 goals from the play.
And, well, exactly what he did in his last game. So he gets out in front, mounted up very well. Santi's just got to fall into the, actually gets there. And then that, that was a
little bit of that, yeah, but it's in.
A little tricky this. That's going to end our first half. Here you go, 11-9. What a match we got going on. We're going to send both teams off into the tents to get organized for the second half. We'll take a little bit of a little break here, and we'll be back for our second half. Let's check the stats here. As we have, of course, you can see the scores. See if there's any difference on anything. Pretty even across the board there. And that's what you figure you would see. So we are in for an amazing second half. So we'll take a little break, and we'll be right back. Stay with us.
My name is Nacho Estrada. I'm from Argentina. 8 goals.
Hilario Figueras, 5 goals from Argentina.
My name is Martín Jauregui. My handicap is 6 goals. I'm from Argentina.
Silvestre Novillo, and I'm from Argentina, Buenos Aires.
I'm Tomás Pérez from Argentina, and I'm 6 goals.
Francisco Spinacci, and I am from Argentina, Buenos Aires.
I'm Juan Molini, and I'm a 3-goal polo player right now, but it could be 8. And I'm from Argentina. No, actually, now I'm American.
No, here is amazing. The view, the fields, everything is super nice.
Question is what I don't like about Aspen. I think I like everything about Aspen. The weather, the field. Right now in the summer, I would say the best club in the world.
Friendship, the people, the scenery, everything. This is my 7th year coming in a row, and I feel like I'm at home right now. So me and the family were around like we know the place for a long time, and we enjoy the summer a lot.
When I come here winter and summer, I actually like Aspen more in summer. There's more stuff to do.
All the mountains around here, like it's a pretty nice place, and it is nice to play because there are very good horses, and I play with a lot of friends.
No, I like the polo, the horses, and the people.
I like to do mountain biking and to go to the lake.
Yes, going to the lake, stay here in the barn, everything.
It looks amazing. It's my first time here, but all the things they doing today is amazing. So I'm gonna be enjoy, and I appreciate to inviting me to be here in the season.
Christmas in July, kids are always looking forward for it. The day they come to Aspen, they know they relate it with Christmas in July, an extra that they have here.
I like Christmas in July because we like get all together and we receive a lot of presents.
Welcome back to CTV Sports. I'm Dale Schwetz.
And I'm Jan-Erik Frank. A very warm welcome and a good afternoon to you.
And a good shot there of Larry Austin, captain of the Kaia Polo team. And we were talking about that. Kaia is, was it his dog, I believe, one of his very, very close family member. And Lorin Zuieri, Mariano Aguirre, and Santi Tocolino. Very strong 22-goal team. The end came out. Very good half. They had their 4 goals on handicap, but we have Casablanca with Grant Ganzi, Rufino Benzonone, Sapo Cassette, and Hilario Figueres, 26-goal team.
Yep.
And it was 7-2 after the first chukker, and then 9-5, Kaia, and then 11-9 at halftime. So a very tight match here, and a very strong chukker. It looked like maybe the Kaia Polo team was in their groove, and then Casablanca just turned it on in the third chukker.
They certainly did. That man, Sapo Cassette, picking up 4 goals in that third chukker. But and I was just talking to our IRO, our third man, the one and only Steve Lane. We were just talking about how unusual or how rare it is to have 2 penalty ones within 1 chukker.
Yeah,
and
well, it's very interesting ones too, because the ball got they came they came so close on the one where it popped up, and then I think on both of them it was we had a player coming down 2-on-1, which was another dicey little play, but great calls, and I don't believe we had any challenges used in the first half. Both teams. We used a couple triggers. The umpires used some triggers. They triggered the one also to take a look because it was Santi was trying to clear out. Grant Ganzi had the one. And then we've had some good shooting from the penalty line. Both teams 100% from the penalty line, and we figured that in this game. And we figured that in the World Polo League. So here we go.
Well, this is the league. You cannot afford to make any mistakes. And so far, none of these teams have made exactly that, any mistakes. On the move here, Ganzi, nicely done, dragging and pulling that team. Great stick work, great ball control. Until Mariano Aguirre put a stop to that. Hilario Figueres just keeping that back door firmly shut here for Casablanca on the boards, and we have our first whistle of the second half.
Open back shot towards the boards. Keep an eye on the move here. Grant, neutral play there with Mariano. Lario checks the shoulder, opens it to the boards. Rufino, and then they come together. And look like Sapo and Lorin came together. And then Rufino got a little uneven ride off there.
Yeah.
So Sapo was trying to pick his man up. Contact behind the saddle. They'll move that ball to center. Penalty 5B. Opportunity for Casablanca. Remember, the 2-point conversion is in place. Any ball hit from behind the line, as you can see how they teed that ball up. You can see the gap right there in between. And, of course, during the game, and if we haven't seen that yet, but I think we're going to see one this year. And remember, we have the buzzer beater in line, the buzzer beater. If the second horn sounds and the ball is hit, such as in basketball, they put the ball in the air before the horn, the second horn. The final horn actually in basketball, but the second horn in polo, and that ball continues. If it goes through the goal, it's goal. And if it goes over the end line and continues, it'll be a knock-in. So here we go. Hilario Figueres from the center.
And he's going to have to pick that ball up again. Still Hilario on the move. Cassette coming in. And that ball will go out of line, but he is appealing. Let's see what the umpires make of that.
The ball is hit to the right, and you see motion working to the right. Keep an eye on the right here, Rufino and Santi, and then Sapo. So Sapo in the blue helmet there has right of way. He's following the ball. They're going to call Santiago pushing Rufino across the right of way in front of Sapo Cassette, and about a stride and a half out. inside the 60. Open goal penalty 2, 30-yard shot. Sapo.
No mistake, Mr. Cassette on goal number 7. Remember, 2 in the second, 4 in the third, and now his first here in Chukker number 4. Absolutely unstoppable.
Heads-up play there by Rufino not to make a play on the ball. If he makes a play on that ball, then Santi's okay. So just a tough luck there for Tocolino as they came across. Back to the center. Hey, everybody looking for an advantage here on the bowling.
And it'll be picked up here by Loreen Zubiari. Gets a shot off. And Tocolino gets the support now from Larry Austin. He's going to tuck in behind, but he's got to get past Sapo Cassette. Under the neck on the near side at a very difficult angle. Not an easy shot. He got a piece of it as Sapo Cassette will turn things around and take Casablanca up towards that halfway line. Well, that was the plan until the backhander once again from Zubiari. Didn't quite go through. Cassette sends it out to the left, and he saw in the corner of his eye that Ben Sadon was on the move. A little cut shot, maybe a little bit too early, because of course he shut down his own passage to maybe hitting that ball a second time. A little bit of a rub there, but all within the realms of legality there between Cassette and Tocolino. Under the neck, didn't hit it cleanly. Oh, that looked very, very close. And I think the umpires probably saw it in a similar way.
Well, who's on the right of way? We'll keep an eye on this because everybody's going for it. Who's got the lesser angle as they come flying through there? And so we'll see what they decide on the field here. Not an easy call with three players, and but it gives you an idea of the life of a professional umpire. Those guys are moving around the field very quickly there. They might talk about this one as you had the ball coming across, and you had one player coming from a little bit of a slight angle, Sapo, and then Loreen coming from the other way, and Santi in the middle.
So, correct me if I'm wrong, Dale, but this, for me, would be a good time for the umpires to call a trigger, maybe throw it to the IRO, have him look at it frame by frame.
They disagree. I mean, they might. I mean, this one, it's easy to disagree as the umpires. I mean, just how they're seeing it. Because remember, one umpire is looking from one angle, and the other one's looking from the other angle. So we'll see what they decide to do. It looks like they're marching towards the south goal. And after a bit of discussion and a trigger on the play. So well done, Jan Erik Frank. A very good trigger. And fouling the second man. So, and that would be with Santi. And look to me, because we have, of course, the advantage of the drone, and drone doesn't lie, that Santi had the lesser angle. But that was game of inches right there.
Absolutely.
You can understand why everybody was coming at it, but well done. Great job by the umpire team.
Yes.
Open goal penalty 3, Santi Tocolino. Dialed in.
Absolutely.
As usual.
And that is his 6th goal of the game. So just one behind Sapo Cassette. And that, again, is a very, very good reflection of how evenly balanced it is. Yes, there you see it on your screen. Very, very, well, now that we know the answer, of course, but very clearly there. But
yeah, but good look to see that. And also it's great here on CTV Sports after the fact to see the foul again.
Yeah.
Because it's great for not just the viewers, but the players. Because the teams review these tapes. So they'll talk it out, and that's a big part. And that's why we embrace the technology here at CTV Sports World Polo League. All right, on the bowling. 2-goal difference here. Sapo.
Cassette. Nice long drive. I think he was eyeing up Grant Gansey at the front there, but he had a man on. Ben Sadon will just buy this time. Ooh, looks like Mariano Aguirre got a bit of a knock there, unintentional. But still, let's hope he's not injured. I think I might have just gotten a little knock in his ribs there.
He's going to go up against Grant, but they're going to go at it all day. it's just a tough game. And both these teams very physical. Comes across there. Grant went under the neck. Actually made contact on the ball. And then after the fact, they came together. So this is another play. If they'll see if they can trigger any of the contact. We'll see what they decide. And a good aggressive play here by Gandhi. Mariano very, very strong. And so they're going to use a courtesy change here with 3:48. And they've got some games coming up tomorrow, Jan.
We do indeed.
A few games on CTV Sports.
Absolutely.
Some polo, you got it?
I've got it right here, Dale, and I know you've got it too. Tomorrow, Saturday, the 2nd of March. We continue 10 o'clock in the morning. Audi will be playing against Senfest. That, of course, in Group 1. And then at 12 o'clock, our new team that have joined us for the Founders Cup, Park Place, will be taking on the Maltese Falcons. And no need to remind you who's playing in that game, do we?
Yeah, big game here for Maltese Falcons. And we told you, Melissa Gandhi, she played first 2 Chukker, scored 2 goals, and then had bad luck, got hit with a ball. We had the opportunity to see her. She's been taking care of it, but it was tough. It was a hard hit ball, and so we'll see if hopefully she's well enough to play. We'll find out by game time. It's going day to day as she's getting therapy and getting things taken care of. So see what's going to happen there with the Maltese Falcons, and they are 0-1 at the moment. But what a comeback they had! They came back.
Oh yes.
Yeah, with Melissa, Alejandro Nabiz Estrada, Adolfo Cambiaso, Juan Martin Zubia, and Milo McDonough filled in for Melissa when she had to leave the game. She did stay at the field though, and support her team. So we'll see what happens there. And then Park Place, a new team, and nice having Andre Bordini and Joaquin Pinello. And now they're going to mix it up a little bit. Tomorrow, I know they've been mixing the teams up. They played their first game. They played with Cody Ellis, Toli Ulloa, and they're going to have the same team as Hilario Ulloa. So they're going to use that team tomorrow, and they're 1-0. So looking to try to go 2-0. Here we go. Everybody back after the courtesy change, and we'll talk a little bit more about tomorrow as the day goes on here, as we're in our 4th Chukker right after courtesy change, and it's going to be Rufino.
Yeah, and he's going to have to leave that one for Hilario, but the umpires are not going to leave the whistle unheard. There was a whistle on that play. Let's look at this again.
So Rufino takes it to the right, and then just uneven right-off.
Ever so slightly.
Yeah, remember, a little bit front, a little bit behind. Looking to be in the center there. Just mistiming a little bit. But once again, remember the gray area. Anywhere around that 20 yards. 20 yards to either side of the center. And they're going to move that ball down to the 60-yard mark here. And with the sharpshooters we've had, it can be trouble. So that, I think a lot of the teams are probably talking about that, by design, being careful in the center of the field, Jan. We've seen a lot of balls being moved because we talked with the Casablanca team that in some ways worked in their favor, where Alegria had a lot of 5 A's and B's yesterday, and they had a lot of 4s. And when this guy's hot, you got to be careful. Sapo from the 60.
And again, no mistake here. He's scored from the 2. He's had a penalty 1. And this is his 2nd penalty for Sapo Cassette. And that brings his tally of goals to a total of 8 goals, Dale. 8 goals.
2 Chukker with over Chukker, 2.5 Chukkers left.
Now, we were talking just now about the World Polo League, but also let me remind you that the SEBA Memorial continues tomorrow afternoon. We have Amaro Polo taking on Casablanca, and Dead End West Haven taking on Hawaii Polo Life. Those games coming to you tomorrow afternoon at 2 and 4 o'clock, of course, only here on CTV Sports. So plenty of polo ahead, and then, of course, we will bring you up to speed on what's going on Sunday, our featured game Sunday afternoon. Remember, we'd love to see you down here at Grand Champions Polo Club. If you can get yourself into the area, it'd be great to see you I will be missing you, Dale. On Sundays, I'm out on that legendary field number 2. And of course, Dale will be here in the studio bringing you all the action as it happens live on CTV Sports.
So Benzadon's going to meet this ball. Bounces off a pony there. Actually, it's a quick line change. And then see that English? It spins back to the right. And it actually spins right to Rufino's mallet. And it's amazing how sometimes that ball will just go in one direction and kind of like a pinball machine, spins around, lesser angle going to Rufino. Not following the ball, but meeting it, and also Santi meeting it. So we have a reaching foul, 5A, and it'll go in favor of Casablanca. Sapo.
Quickly taken, takes it out to the right-hand side. Cassette looking for and finding Rufino. Benzadon just biding his time, sends it across the field again. Back now to the man with the number 4 in his shirt now. He is within shooting distance. Hilario Figueres leaves 1, leaves 2. Kaia defenders behind, and that is a clear passage now. Hilario on the near side. Unlucky.
Bad luck there.
Especially what he did before, taking on 1, then the second player up.
Man, yeah, he had all the hard work done, just bad luck. And then Grant was behind him, so just bad luck. Off to the side. And Kaia will dodge a bullet.
A huge bullet.
Yep. Timeout on the field. You can get a new turn here by Santiago Tocolino.
Brings the ball back into play, sends it out to the left-hand side. Finding Senor Mariano Aguirre. I didn't quite get the length or the distance on that shot. Lorenz Zubiari being made to work there. Well, no call on the play. Aguirre on the move. Tried to slam that one down. Larry Austin too far to reach. Once again, in comes Lorenz Zubiari. Play continues, and it'll now be the turn of Rufino Benzadon. Cassette right behind him. Told to leave it. Still the 9-goaler, Sapo Cassette looking for goal number 9. Will he go for the long distance? He's got to get past Aguirre. He knows he's got Hilario right behind him. Now also Rufino. And that's a very clever play as they take out the traffic to allow the shot on goal. And now again, that was definitely a Remington, Dale.
Yeah, that was Remington getting good leapfrog there. Communication at a high level for Casablanca. That'll end our 4th Chukker. So here we go. Once again, 2-goal difference. And we'll get ready for our 5th Chukker play. Stay with us here on CTV Sports.
When I founded the Taqueria 48 years ago, the goal was to service polo players fieldside and carry a complete line of polo equipment. Since those early days, we now carry everything for the horse and rider. Anything that goes on or near a horse, you're likely to find here in our store. We still have polo equipment made by polo players for polo players.
All right, fifth Chukker action, 1 goal difference. Very, very tight game here between Kaia Polo and Casablanca.
Indeed, Dale.
And I don't know what to say, yeah. And this is just one of those games they're going to be digging into their bag of tricks, both teams. And as I said, very organized. Not a lot of fouls. You can see in our stats from our first half stats. Mixing it up well. Both teams. Good 4-player rotation on both teams. Like I said, they line out well. I think Casablanca's pretty happy. They got it within 1 here, giving the 4 goals up to Kaia Polo, because remember, in a lot of their games in the All-Star Challenge, they're putting away 17 goals, 14 from the field, 3 on the handicaps based on some of the teams they were playing. They went up against Audi in the final. They gave up the 4 goals, and they end up getting edged out there, 16 to 13. So this right now anybody's match.
Indeed, and Kaia Polo, aware of the fact that they were up by 2, now they're only up by 1, so that advantage, as you rightly said, Dale, is shrinking or is disintegrating. So they need to try and pick up a quick early goal here at the top of Chukker number 5, and very often, I don't know how when you were playing, if it was in your day, but very often in the 5th Chukker, that's very often where the tracks are laid for the outcome of the game. So we are in that 5th Chukker. And as long as Kaia can keep the pressure on, but how do you stop a man like Sapo Cassette?
Well, like that. Well done, Lorraine. Going to work it in there. And again, keeping it clean. Casablanca, Grant's going to pull out. He had no play. Sapo had no play. They both got it. They both got to pull out. They both do it perfectly. Now it's where they got to give 1 play. And that's where, because he kicked the ball.
Yeah.
A little bit of bad luck there when Sapo was trying to clear out, because both of them were trying to clear out, so he'd have to shoot that ball, but then he gets a kick, so it gives them the extra play, and their end stays very composed, uses the space till he gets a better shot. And that's what we've seen in this league. Remember, the teams that get the better shots, the teams that are playing defense and giving tougher shots have been successful. So, all right, whistle on the play here. On the bowl-in, knocked out by Santi, going across the field here. Sapo's going to switch to the offside. Pressure. Whistle. And Zueri coming in from behind to make the ride off. Gives Mariano the time to get the ball. He's got to come from the side to make that ride off. When he runs in from behind, then they got to give Sapo 1 play. So and probably Mariano just thought he was clean there. So they're going to move this one down, though. There's your gray area right there. You're in that 10-yard area right in front of center, right? And so they're going to move these down to the 60. And they've been very consistent this season, the umpire team, international umpires. And here comes Cassette once again from the 60-yard mark. He's 100% today. Ooh, just off to the right.
Well, just goes to show you that he is, after all, human, but 8 goals, Dale. That is an impressive statistic here from Sapo Cassette. So that ball going out of bounds will be picked up by Santi Tocolino, who'll bring it back into play. The first man he needs to get past is the man he's I don't know if he hit him, but he definitely got a piece of him, was Hilario Figueres. On the second attempt, he gets the ball. Well, they get it over the halfway line, and Mariano Aguirre appealing then. Let's see if the umpires heard that appeal.
Again, remember, both teams have received a set of challenges here for the second half. This ball bounces off. The first one bounced off Hilario, but he was okay. So they continue play. Picked up by Aguirre, Mariano. And then you get a whistle on the play. Right here, just off of center. See what they're talking out ball placement here. Looks like they're going to march this one down to the 6-yard mark. So once again, consistent on the placements. Tocolino has, let's see, last time he hit a penalty 4. He hadn't had a penalty 4 today. No, I didn't realize that. He's had 2 penalty 2s, 2 penalty 3s, and a couple 5 A's and B's. So we'll see if Santi's doing the honors here. As they'll pass the stick around, also, like I said, as Mariano and Loren will take them every so often. But as, again, the way he's been hitting the ball this year. Little conversation between Captain Mariano Aghetti, where they are challenging the ball placement.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a foul right there around the center. And Mariano might have saw something on the field that he thought and remembered what will dictate this is whether they had men downfield free. So Mariano, a very strong captain, and very strong in challenges. He's going to challenge it. He's going to win the challenge. They're going to move this from a 4 to a 3. And he was in a good spot to see this play, was maybe Larry. And they're going to use Larry down there. You know, he's going to know when they go on offense. And a lot like they do with, most teams, the multi-Falcons, with Melissa also, they do the same thing. And they use her going forward. If they get a foul, they're going to move that one an extra spot. And, actually, every team has that rotation going down. So open goal, 40-yard penalty 3, Tocolino. No problem.
Straight down the middle.
Very good challenge here by Kaia. And Kaia, they have done a fabulous job this season. I'm so thrilled to see the level of how the teams have been using technology, and we've been breaking it down and going through the games. And like you said, it's great. And the umpires they embrace the challenges. So they want the challenges to be used. And if they need to adjust, then that's a good part of the game. So good challenge. Then now Kaia will have another challenge.
So 14 goals to 11 at the moment. 2 goals to 0 in favor of Kaia. And there is, of course, still a good 4.5 minutes left to play. And then the 6th and final Chukker. But if they keep this up, they are going to put a lot of pressure on Casablanca. On the move now once again, Hilario. Figueres. Still Hilario's got to be careful. He's got a man in front and a man behind. Still Figueres tried to avoid the hook there. The shot, Grant is in there, but Hilario, well, just the finishing touch there. And again, a great defensive play here by Santi Tocolino. Again, doing all the hard work and then denied that finishing touch to get the score.
Yeah, he took it down there and then you get a safety or... Looks like they're bringing it out to the 60, so you will have a safety here. And he said, yeah, he's been strong working it in there. And then, but we watched La Ernita, how well they did in their game against Senfes, how the Senfes team was doing an amazing job bringing it in, getting it all the way down. And then La Ernita was so strong with Gilberto Saal and Gonzalito Pierres. And, of course, Pablo McDonough and Tamacho, they would just shut it down when it was in the 60s. So you got to be careful of these teams, too, how good they are when you get it in there. It's maybe taking a few shots from a little deeper. So here comes Sapo from the 60-yard mark on an angle. That ball is dead center.
Goal number 9, Dale. Goal number 9 for Mr. Sapo Cassette.
I think those are the adjustments, too, that they'll make in the game. As love seeing that by the teams here in the World Polo League, the adjustments made so quickly. That's going to send us to a Kersey change, get it back within 2 chukkers, or 2 goals, and 12-14. So both teams, offensive attack, very strong here. Yeah, and we when we broke this game down before the game, we were talking about here in the studios, we thought this was going to be a very high-scoring game. And I think that's what you're going to probably see tomorrow. Let's, what do you think? Audi Senfest.
Yeah.
Big game here for, I think Audi was firing on all cylinders in their last game. Went to another level. Nick Rodan and Hetta in the middle. Definitely, I had the opportunity to talk with Nick, and he felt very comfortable, that just with their own strategy and how they're playing the game. And then the rotation from Pancho and Mark has been very, very, very strong. And also, I was talking with Pancho. Also, they've been scoring, adding their goals, Pancho and Mark. And even though Hetta and maybe Nick get a few more touches during the game, when they do get opportunities running through, Mark's been successful scoring goals, and Pancho's been scoring.
Yeah.
So they add another dimension there. Senfeld's looking for the win. They're playing with Richard this time. Remember, Rob played the first one. Two brothers, Richard and Rob Masao. And Richard playing now. And Facundo Loza, Magula Prida, and Pedro Falabella. So they're going to look for a win, their own one. And like I said, should be a good matchup here with Park Place and Maltese Falcons tomorrow, also in the World Polo League.
So back on the field, everybody, then on fresh mounts. Santi Toccolino still holding on to that 2-goal advantage. Remember, they were down by 1 at the end of the 4th. And Loreen Zubiari would like to extend that little buffer cushion a little bit more. Toccolino once again sending that one upfield to Larry Austin, a bit too short. Sapo Cassette, first man on the scene, just beyond the halfway line. Runs into some traffic in the form of Loreen Zubiari. Cheeky steal. And now then, a pass straight down the middle. Now watch the number 2 take on Sapo Cassette. Well, he didn't ride him off hard enough or far enough. I think the plan was for Loreen to take out Cassette to then create space for Mariano Aguirre to take the ball through, but it's going to be Casablanca who very quickly turn defense into offense. There's that 3-man chain again, that last line of defense. Ganzi. The backhand, but of course that means that there's nobody there to go and pick up that ball when you've got all your defenders behind.
Yeah, no, good call there, Jan. They said they were going forward and it kind of popped up, but there's so much rotation going on. I was getting dizzy there for a while. It's amazing how quick both teams have been here and just looking for some space here in the fit. Chukker opened up well by Larry. He's going to find Mariano on the black dark bay pony here down the center looking for Santi. Santi was running through, he was going for it, but good rotation again by Rufino. Across the field it goes, controlled now by Sapo.
Cassette, but he's got to be careful. Santi wants a piece of him. And he's just going to get the lucky break. Hilario Figueres just avoiding a collision there. Well done, Hilario. As Rufino Bensadon trying to find a little gap between those two defending players. And there is an appeal. And no whistle. They say play on. Despite Aguirre saying, hang on, he thought he was hard done by. So in front of goal, easy pickings here for Rufino Bensadon.
Yeah, they came to a stoppage. Let's take a look at it on the side here. Well, that was a little bit after the play. They played. That's going to tick down. See if they get to center. And this good Larry here. Larry he tries to hold him up there. And this well-schooled Larry Oss there, not the foul there. I'm going to take my time, clear the correct way, taking the most direct route out, but giving his team time to get back. They couldn't get there. But, and an easy goal for Bensadon. And back to the center here. So, 1 goal difference. And they'll play out this 30 seconds here to fit Chukker.
Well, this is exactly what it looked like. 1 goal difference at the end of the 4th. So.
Well, keep an eye on this ball. It's going to come across the center. Right there on an angle.
Oof.
And that will end the Chukker. So we'll see what they decide. As we had 2 players coming from different angles. And gonna. I think there's 32 seconds. 32 seconds on the clock, so they're going to talk us about. They're going to play this out, yeah. We'll see what they decide. Little discussion here. We'll see if they. Remember, both teams still have challenges. The Kaia Polo team, they challenged and won their challenge, so they received another. And Casablanca has not used their challenge yet. Okay, so they're going to use their challenge here, and they are going to lose their challenge on the right-of-way violation. So that ball is going to get taken down. We're right in that gray area, as I told you, right around center. We'll see what they decide. See if they're going to go with a 60 here, or if they keep it in the center. You know, you get that 20 yards usually. If you get that 40, 30, then sometimes you will get the 5B. I think as I was talking with Fred Mannix, with Alegria, you know, they were like in the 40 yard and they got stuck with the 5Bs, even though Fred almost made one. Now you're going to have a challenge by the Kaia Polo team, and they're going to challenge the ball placement. So they did move it from the center to 60, and they think it should be, let's see, I'll make sure that they didn't have on the ball placement here, but you are having a challenge on the ball placement, so we'll let the third man, IRO, take his time here, take a good look at this, and make sure we'll get the complete feedback for you. As we have 2 seconds before the horn, so they're going to go ahead and play this out. Remember, if it was inside the 30 seconds, they would take it to the next chukker. But in this case, they will go ahead and hit and make it or miss it. It'll probably end the chukker. And the first one there, they were off the liner. So we'll just check with our field side correspondent on this just to make sure 100%. Okay, so they were challenging the ball placement, and they're going to lose their challenge. So we are even, Steven, going into the 6th chukker, but Santi Tocolino has an opportunity here to go up by 2. Oh. And just on the edge, huh? Yeah, and so that will end the chukker. So here we go. Let's set it up for you. 1 goal difference, and they're gonna talk about it. See if they talk about it. Now they can't trigger that, but we'll see. It's gonna end the chukker anyway. So when we return for our 6th and final chukker, we will. Let's see if it was a goal or not. They're gonna check that out if we have to trigger it. But you don't want to miss this 6th and final chukker. Stay with us here on CTV Sports.
Another great season. We had a blast this year. Great fields again. They keep getting better and better. And we got lucky with the rain this year and had a lot of fun polo.
There's nothing better than being out here in Aspen, playing with these great people, amazing views every day. I mean, how could you ask for more?
Best part about being out here in Aspen for the polo is the fields, the community, Melissa and Mark, the great competition, and the amazing horses and how the horses enjoy being out here.
I love the town, I love the valley, I love also spending time here in Carbondale. So I just love this place in general. I have a lot of friends, I've made lots of friends over the years. The Ganses have created a spectacular place here. that has become a really important summer destination for polo in America.
Aspen, I love it that our family's around, there's a ton of horses, a ton of golf, and a lot of fun polo. So.
All right, great Aspen Valley Polo Club commercial there. If you're interested in playing polo at the Aspen Valley Polo Club, let's take a look at this final shot here. Keep an eye on the left side of your screen. Right there. See how that ball went just wide?
Yeah.
And it gives you the ability there. Sometimes that ball's moving so fast at like 100 miles an hour. And the goal judges, if they do have an issue, they can use the trigger there. So they checked it out. Good time to trigger just to take a look. We had time between chukkers, and the ball was wide. So we will have a knock-in to start our sixth and final chukker. And, well, yeah, what a great game. 1 goal difference.
1 goal difference, and that has been the case, well, except for the, well, no, hang on a minute. No, chukker number 3, it was 2 goals, still 11 goals to 9 in favor of Kaia, but then as of chukker number 5, 12 to 11, now 14 to 13. Can Kaia carry this over the time that is still to be played? A good 7 minutes here in this, the 6th and final chukker. And Casablanca, no doubt, will be wanting to keep a clean slate and make it 2-0. And Kaia Polo, remember, this is their first game in the Founders Cup 2024, and they could very much do with a first win of the Founders Cup.
Okay, so we have Benzodome bringing it from left to right, and Mariano gets stuck there. So they'll bring this one to center. Both teams out of challenges, so they're going to play this out. Umpire triggers are still all in place.
Of course.
Of course, for the final chukker here. And like Sapo's pointing downfield, but it looks like Lowry are looking for a nice tee here. So see if they go to the possession play or they go for the big hit. Because remember, you're seeing so many different plays, set plays, and both teams using a lot of positive possessions by both teams on knock-ins and penalty 5s, A's, and B's. And so I guess a little conversation here. Captain Sapo Cassette, Mounted officials. Captains have the ability to speak with the umpires, and also they are the players that actually call for the challenges if they want to challenge. They discuss it with their teams, but they are the player that does speak with the umpires. That way we don't have 8 different players and keeping it more organized, of course. We have a designated captain. Alario.
I think he's going to go for it.
You think he's going to go for it?
I think he is.
All right, here comes Figueres. 5B, center hit. Whoa. He got a hold of this one. He got a hold of it.
It's still rolling. It's still rolling.
Oh, it would have made it.
Oh.
It would have made it.
So close. Well done, Hilario.
It would have made it if Tocolino was there. Someone took Tocolino out. You know what I mean?
Unlucky. Sapo Cassette with a finishing touch. But what a great strike. I could feel it. I could just feel it. And then Grant Ganzi coming out of nowhere, and Grant picking up his very, very first and very important goal here to draw level in the 6th and final chukker.
Look at this hit. This is just a perfect swing by Alario. And too bad. I mean, look at Benzodome was working hard on Santi, and Santi got position on him. And if anybody knows to keep an eye on that goal, it's Tocolino. Good read, though, by Sapo. Works it in. Grant's going to get in, picks his man up, gets in line. And I like this. Flips it over and then goes to the ride-off on Mariano and then flips it in on the near side.
So, we have a ball game, Dale.
We are even.
We are even, Steven.
First time we've had 14-14. And this has been the magic number for the Kaia Polo team. They have that number 14. They won a lot of games. But now it is open season for everybody. Here we go. On the bowling.
Everybody wanting a piece of it. Eventually, coming out on top will be Loreen Zubiari. Benzodome will shut him down. Hilario. Absolutely phenomenal, that shot just now. And that is a perfect pass from Figueres to Benzadon. Benzadon, a bouncing ball. Tocolino can't afford any mistakes. So close in front of his own goal mouth. Now I'm just going to put it out there, Dale, but I have a feeling the next goal could be the winning goal. Could be.
Oh, I think we're going to see a few more. I think both these teams are so strong, Jan, on the offensive.
Yeah, but you know, this is exactly my point. I think they're going to now both.
I think they're going to go defense.
They're going to go defense and wait for the opportune moment to then run and gun it.
All right, we will see. Here comes Mariano on the move right here as he works over center field. He's going to scoot by a few players. He's got room to work here. Grant's going to press him, though, as he works into the 60. Near side play at the goal. Is it too hard and too much?
Ball still in play. Ball is still in play. The backhander from the number 2, Lerine Zubiari. Wow.
And quick goal in mucho tiempo here, Jan. 5 minutes, just under 5 minutes. Mariano works in. Grant's going to push him and get him to go the near side here. He flips it in near side. Lario rotates back. That ball looked like it was going off the field. And good communication here. Mariano hits it right to Lerine. See that? Right to his stick. And on that play, coming off the end line, you either got to hit it straight back or straight to your player. Because if you hit angle across the goal mouth, 9 times out of 10, the defending team takes it out. So very good play here by Kaia Polo to get the go-ahead goal. But like I said, we have a lot of time left here as it's picked up here and controlled now by Rufino.
Benzadon, what's he got up his sleeve? A little shot to go into that danger zone, Cassette, but he's got a man on straight away, a bump and a ride-off. Nice, cheeky steal. Lerine Zubiari turns things around. Kaia Polo, bouncing ball. Cassette, first man there, will turn it. Ganzi going up, wanting the ball. Cassette say, all right, here it comes. Well, that was the intention. Now, who can turn on it first? Again, it will be Benzadon Rufino, but Aguirre sticking to him there, as you can see, not letting him out of his sights, turns it towards the inside. He needs to allow him to make that play. Cassette will take it. Sapo Cassette, remember, scored 9 goals so far. Will he score his 10th? Could this be it? The under-the-neck shot? Well, it was definitely an under-the-neck. Saved on the back line. And then it goes out of bounds.
Ooh, an opportunity here. We're going to get a safety. You're going to get the courtesy change, so everybody will have an opportunity to change their mount, get on a fresh pony for the final 3:17. One of the most exciting parts of the game of polo. Love when they have the opportunity to everybody to change with the courtesy change and have such a tight game. Good shot of Mariano. Had opportunity to talk to him about, you know, his challenges and everything. He felt very comfortable with it. He said he's, you know, when I was a professional umpire, and Mariano was 10 goals, had the opportunity to work with him in some ways where I was reviewing videos for our team, for our umpire team, and he was reviewing videos for his team. So we made a deal to, you know, to go back and forth on notes, so that the, you know, we both would understand how we were calling the game, and in a lot of in both ways it worked very well for both of us, for the umpires team and his polo team. So it was a great experience, and I learned a lot also, because when you're, you know, he's a very crafty and studies the game at a high level, and as do most of the top players, all players in the world, but especially the top players in the world. You know, they get a lot out of the video and working that into their game plan. So, and also break it down, you know, what angles, how much distances you're calling, and that's a big part of course, the umpire and staying consistent on the distances, on the ball placements. And here we go. So you're going to get a safety, penalty 6. And, well, Jan, you said that was the last goal scored. Or the last goal. The last goal is supposed to be the last goal scored. So we'll see if you stay on the correct. You might be all right. We will see. I think we're going to see a couple more. I might even see OT here today.
Really?
Yeah. I got a feeling. Got a feeling with these two teams. So close, you know?
Well, I was just thinking of what you always said to me, which is, and I agree with you wholeheartedly, you know, defense wins championships. And at this level, so close in the sixth and final chukker, you know, I would have thought that the strategy would be, let's lock everything up back door and look for that opportunity and then hit and run as and when it presents itself. So that's where I was going with my thought process.
Yeah, no, I understand. I think these teams are both just so strong offensively, you know, that sometimes you got to just embrace the opposing, the opposition. Here comes Sapo. And there's another one, so
I'm wrong.
Ow.
Well done, Dale.
I need a lot more poles we played here, though, so it's still going to go back and forth. Yeah, we might see a couple more. Like you said, they've been very, very, very strong, both teams on the offense today. So back to the center we go, 15-15. Wow, what a game!
Indeed, and I think, well, we're just too shy of what is currently the record of 17 goals scored within...
from Team Audi?
From Team Audi, exactly. So, Sapo, Cassette, both of these teams now will be very highly concentrated in making sure that they do not create a mistake and give the opportunity to the opposition, and just the smallest... As you say, Dale, a game of inches, just the smallest little mistake can cost them dearly now. There's the backhand, nobody home for Kaia Polo, or is there? Yes, there is. Number 2, Lerine Zubiari. Can he get around the outside of Figueres? It's high in the sky, but is it straight? Not on this one.
Nice mirror there. Lerine Zubiari gets him out in front, and and also Lario. Beautiful gray mare, runs so smooth. Gave him an opportunity to catch up, so Lorraine had to take that shot instead of being able to hit the approach shot and dribble it in. Back to the knock-in we go as we click down under 2 minutes. Cassette.
Out to the right-hand side, monster shot. Looking for Ben Sedon, he's found him. Good first pickup, good first touch. Gets it over the halfway line. Again, under the neck now. And there is Ganzi, just checking his horse, and what a great play here by Casablanca.
Wow, coast to coast.
Butter and toast.
You got it, man, at a high level here. This is a positive possession at the highest level. Sapo's going to find Benzadone. Grant's already on the move. Pretty pass by Benzadone right to the stick of Grant. Grant with a very nice touch there. Checks his pony a little bit just to keep that ball moving forward, and gets the final run here. We click down under a minute. Second goal today for Grant, 2 in the 6th chukker.
And that, for the first time, puts Casablanca in the lead. So, the pressure now on Kaia. Ground again, Ganzi up to the front. Will he make it 3, Dale, in 1 chukker? Well, he saved it all for the very end. It's on the doorstep. And just a little putter for Rufino Benzadone.
Well, you gotta give the love, give the credit is due. Grant Ganzi once again, well done, Double G. Gets it up to Sapo, stays in there, goes near side here, just out in front of Mariano. And then again, a nice touch. He does hit it to the left side here, so Lorraine is clean on that play, but he pushes him, and that gives Benzadone an opportunity at the beach ball.
So, oh, hang on, what's happening?
Final bowling. I'm going to finish this one up here. And it looked like everyone maybe were shaking hands. Mariano was back to the center quickly there. So there you go. And there's your final stats right there. Biggest, like I said, the shots on goal once again. That's differentials. And
but 17 again.
Look, yep, you got it. 17 goals once again here by the Casablanca team. And that, at the moment, is a big record. Any final words?
For me, Dale, this has been one of the most exciting and thrilling games I have seen in a long, long time. But I'm also, I have to say, I'm not surprised. This is, after all, the World Polo League.
You got it. So for Jan and Frank, I'm Dale Schwetz. I speak for everyone here at CTV Sports, where I say thank you for making us leaders of polo broadcasting. And always remember here at CTV Sports, we love the polo.